Good morning. I'm Celeste Mussey, a congregant, a choir member, a council member, and like you, a child of God. I wanted to visit with you today to talk about generosity. This past year has not only been a challenge, but a chance to see God's work around every corner. When the pandemic hit, I was fearful. I admit listening to all the details about what the virus did to people and the number of people dying was unbelievable. Watching families struggle to get a meal on the table, staying in their homes, it was tough. But as quickly as this all came about, I saw the city climb that mountain of uncertainty and feed massive amounts of people, change housing regulations. I saw that the generosity of others exceed what we thought might be impossible. In my own neighborhood, we provided a box of vegetables to those who lost their jobs. There is one neighbor who still makes sure to let everyone on the block know where the next food distribution is. She gets her box and she gives it to others. In our church community, the response was amazing. Everyone received calls to make sure they were okay and if they needed anything. The Stephen ministers are great. Continued checks on those who are isolated or ill make such a difference in our lives. Pastors calling to make sure everyone is okay, planning to make worship accessible even though we aren't in church, development of a plan to worship in person, all the while keeping our health at the forefront. Sharing communion online, the choir devoting their time to provide worship music on Sundays. What kind of generosity is that? You know, generosity comes in so many forms: imagining, providing, ministry, and loving. The planned ministry center will give us yet another way to share our generosity. So many opportunities to serve the community will become available. Not only our church community, but the community around us. As we have come to see this past year, the insufficiencies are so close. We have the chance to help through educational, physical giving, being the people we have been asked to be, modeling God's love, God's call to love one another. As we approach completion of the ministry center, I ask you to imagine the ways we can use this center to further our love and commitment to one another. I look forward to seeing you soon and watching as Zion moves forward in our commitment to God and His community. Thank you.